Hello, my dear TKT students. Today we are going to study Understanding Motivation, a Gateway to Success. This is the unit for today, and it says, what is motivation? Motivation encompasses the thoughts and feelings that propel individuals to take action and persist in doing so. It shapes the choices people make regarding their goals and the extent of effort they invest in achieving them. Think about that. Think about how your students can be motivated, and as a teacher, what you can do to foster this feeling. I want you to consider these options because motivation is important. Motivation is crucial in language learning as it determines the likelihood of success. Highly motivated learners are more likely to engage with material, practice consistently, and ultimately achieve fluency. I understand sometimes your students will not be motivated. They will be in your classes because they have to, not because they want to. But here are some techniques to try to keep them motivated. Understanding this is crucial. So, motivation can be a crucial factor in learning success. The impact of motivation and decisions. So we can say that motivation significantly influences why individuals choose to pursue certain language goals and how steadfastly they remain on their endeavors. I want you to think about this. You will have many students in your classes. Some of them are there because they have to pass an English test so they can have better salaries, obtain visas, and probably they will be motivated by the fact that passing this English test, TOEIC, IELTS, TOEFL, is going to help them get something in return. But then you may also have kids and teenagers who are not motivated at all. On a Saturday morning, they want to be home watching TV, but they have to be at an English academy. So motivation changes from person to person and from situation to situation. Now, as the reasons for learning English, students are going to be motivated because English proficiency opens doors to numerous practical opportunities. It aids in securing better job prospects, accessing higher education, and performing tasks such as booking travel arrangements. Many learners pursue English to meet specific personal or career goals. So, what about this? What about telling them, listen, if you learn English well, you may communicate well to the people you talk to in your online video games. Oh, this might be an indicator. They might say, okay, then I want to speak English because I want to be understood. I don't want to look like a fool when I play my online video games. There are practical applications and there are cultural interests. A deep connection exists between language learning and culture. Think about that. Think about movies, think about songs, think about books, and think about everything related to English. So you love certain types of movies. Maybe, I would say most of them are going to be in English. The music you might like could be in English as well. So this is going to be a differentiator factor. So English can play a crucial part in understanding and living the culture that the student wants to live. Then we can say that personal relationships can be influenced by learning English because you can meet friends from other countries. You can meet people from other countries in these apps and online forums. That can be like a motivator for a student, for any student to want to learn English correctly. Then let us think about the factors that also influence motivation. We can think about the usefulness of language proficiency. Speaking English well can, as I just said, open a lot of doors, bring up practical benefits. And when this happens, students want to try to see if they can live in English speaking countries, if they can learn English well so they can have jobs at multinational companies. So, after doing this and after understanding the culture, the music, and all the factors related to how motivated a student can be, I want you to think about the emotional satisfaction from learning. Some students learn because they just love learning, and English is a challenge for them to learn and to advance. Then we can also check up the types of motivation. We can talk about intrinsic motivation, and this originates from within the learner. It involves personal satisfaction, a genuine interest in mastering a language, and the joy of learning itself. So this is intrinsic, it is personal, it comes from within each person. And then extrinsic motivation, the one that we just described as being outside. External rewards drive this motivation or pressures. And this is important. Some students will be in your classes because they have to, because they're being pressured. They will tell you, teacher, if I don't pass this test, I will not have my raise. My salary will be the same, and my boss is pressuring me to pass the exam. So those are extrinsic motivation factors that also influence the presence of students in your classes. So we also have support and encouragement, because teachers and parents can be important factors in motivating students' learning. Support from teachers, peers, and family enhances both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. And then there is a balancing in motivation types. A combination of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation can lead to optimal language learning outcomes. Engaging learners by appealing to their interest as a teacher, while also highlighting practical benefits, can enhance their overall motivation. As good teachers, we are going to try to find these motivational factors. We want to find out the students' needs, and we want to exploit them so students can keep motivated. Motivation dynamics is understanding that motivation is not static and maybe is not crucial. I mean, if you have a motivation which is not static, is crucial, because learners may shift from extrinsic reasons like job acquisitions to intrinsic factors like enjoyment. So there is like a gain, and you want to shift from an extrinsic motivation to an intrinsic motivation factor so your students can keep up with their lessons. And by doing this, we also need to understand there could be changes in motivation because there are fluctuations over time. Sometimes you will have students who go to you because they need to learn to pass a test. After they pass their test, they want to keep on learning with you because your teaching method is good and they feel satisfied with it. But now they're going to be studying with you, not because they have to, but because they want to. So fluctuations over time, it's just a way in which you will know your students well and you will understand the ways they act in your classes. The environment is another important factor because a supportive environment can significantly enhance motivation levels. Learners who are surrounded by peers and mentors who value language learning are more likely to maintain a positive attitude towards their studies compared to those in unsupportive settings. Yes, we can say that if you study at a bilingual institution where English is first and everything revolves around English, you will feel more motivated to learn the language. Finally, we talk about the role of age in motivation. Age influences motivation as learners develop different needs and interests over time. This is very important. For example, younger students may seek social interaction through language, while adults may focus on practical applications such as career advancement. By understanding these factors, I hope this topic is a bit clearer now. Remember, at EnglishGain.com, you will have the rest of the explanations and many exercises so you can take it and pass your TKT test. So I hope to see you at EnglishGain.com. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.